Demonic possession, what a leading psychologist knows about this. We are not dealing here with purely material reality, but with the spiritual realm, says Richard Gallagher. Reported cases of demonic possession on the rise worldwide. In 2016, ABC News reported a sharp increase in exorcism, while noting that even the Pope himself was called upon to perform exorcism on behalf of the Catholic Church. Something seems askew with all of this in the age of scientific reductionism, but is there a psychological basis for such a mysterious return to archaic frames of mind? Now, I volunteered at a little church of ours in the shanty town of St. Sozon in Kapota, Athens, and we had been visited by a bishop from Africa, and he came with his driver. Priests don't usually drive their own cars just in case they get into an accident, because then their priesthood would be removed from them. So I myself help by driving our priest as well. He has other drivers besides me. I'm not the only one. But anyway, the bishop told us, and we were talking about certain spiritual experiences, and his driver started saying concerning remembering what was happening to a town in Africa. I won't mention the country, and that he was called upon to perform an exorcism, and this was done many a time, and I suppose it has to do with opening up the doors by various actions or incantations that they perform to open up into to the spirits. Let's remember that even in the New Testament, the Apostle Paul tells us that we have to test the spirits, and also that the devil himself appeared to Eve as an angel of light. He was so beautiful that she was enchanted by him, and she believed what he was telling her. So he didn't come as a gruesome-looking, ugly thing. He came as something beautiful. So we have to be very careful. Even the people closest to us can start babbling things that are altogether nonsense. So we have to be very, very alert, have enough fortitude to stand on our feet properly and protect our souls and our spirits. Now, what this psychologist says, something seems askew with all of this in the age of scientific reductionism. According to a board-certified psychiatrist and professor of clinical psychiatry at New York Medical College, Richard Gallagher, there is, while most cases of demonic possession can be attributed to hoaxes and trickery, Gallagher has a unique range of experience in working with the real thing. His journey into the bizarre, unsettling phenomenon began when he was approached by a Catholic priest who sought his advice on the case of the subject of his, who was experiencing symptoms of demonic possession. The priest wanted to know if it was merely a mental disorder which caused such bizarre, frightening behavior in his patient. And so, with an open mind, Gallagher took a closer look. What followed thereafter was an unexpected journey into the world of exorcism on the fringes of human behavior. Quote, "Is it possible to be a sophisticated psychiatrist and believe that evil spirits are, however, seldom assailing humans? Most of my scientific colleagues and friends say no, because of their frequent contact with patients who are deluded about demons, their general skepticism of the supernatural, and their commitment to employ only standard, peer-reviewed treatments that do not potentially mislead a defined risk or harm vulnerable patients. But careful observation of the evidence presented to me in my career has led me to believe that certain extremely uncommon cases can be explained no other way," end quote. This is what Gallagher said. And regarding the particular case of a high priestess of the Church of Satan, Gallagher describes how he came to believe that not all cases of supposed demonic possession are fraudulent, but that some sort of genuine paranormal activity is actually taking place. And the assessment is founded on his 25 years of experience in the area with several hundred consultations. Richard Gallagher says, I was inclined to skepticism, but my subject's behavior exceeded what I could explain with my training. She could tell some people their secret weaknesses, such as undue pride. She knew how individuals she'd never known had died, including my mother and her fatal case of ovarian cancer. 6 people later vouched to me that, during her exorcisms, they heard her speaking multiple languages, including Latin, completely unfamiliar to her outside of her trances. This was not psychosis. It was what I can only describe as paranormal ability. I concluded that she was possessed, said Richard Gallagher. He describes it like this. A possessed individual may suddenly, in a type of trance, voice statements of astonishing venom and contempt for religion, while understanding and speaking various foreign languages previously unknown to them. The subject might also exhibit enormous strength, or even the extraordinarily rare phenomenon of levitation. I have not witnessed levitation myself, but half a dozen people I work with vow that they've seen it in the course of their exorcisms. He or she might demonstrate hidden knowledge of all sorts of things, like how a stranger's loved one died, what secret sins she had committed, and where people are at any given moment. These are skills that cannot be explained except by special psychic or preternatural ability, says Richard Gallagher. So in short, after decades of direct experience with considering both the scientific approach and being open to a greater possibility, Gallagher believes that demonic possession is very real. And while this viewpoint is certainly likely to earn ridicule and stoke the skeptics, we do know that there is much more to the human spiritual experience that can be explained by science. And this is by Nikki Harper, Wake Up World's editor, and it's on Collective Spark. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.